Hi everybody, today's focus, I'm testing Sal Suds to see how well it removes bacteria from my floor. My viewers have suggested over and over and over again that I test Sal Suds. So today I'm going to test Sal Suds as a mopping solution. I do want to say that nowhere on their website and nowhere on the bottle that I can see do they state at all that they can remove bacteria or are a disinfectant or sanitizer. I'm just going to test as a mopping solution to remove bacteria from my floor because that's what I do on this channel. So in order to test to see if Sal Suds can remove bacteria from my floor as a mopping solution, what I'm going to do is take a petri dish just like this guy here and label it A, B, and C. I'm going to take some sterile swabs and I'm going to swab various areas around my floor. I'm going to place that sample in the section labeled B for before. Then I'm going to mop according to Sal Suds' directions for diluting it, swab the areas again, and place the sample in the section labeled A for after. C is my control, nothing's going to go there. So let's read how we're supposed to use Sal Suds if we're using it to mop. So when I'm looking for dilutions for Sal Suds, they do have some on the bottle, and they also have a nice dilution cheat sheet on their website. So it says for mopping, put 1 teaspoon of Sal Suds in a gallon of hot water. That's easy enough. 20 drops of tea tree optional. We're not going to do that because we just want to see what Sal Suds can do. Dunk your mop, wring thoroughly. You can use it on wood, laminate, vinyl, stone, tile. This is fantastic. This is great. Nice and easy to use. So I'm going to use my Joy Moop mop because that's the mop that I love and that's the mop that I use for most of my other floor testing to keep everything consistent. So let's see how well Sal Suds removes bacteria as a mopping solution on my floor, even though they make no claims to be able to do so. Now for some results. Let's look at sample 1 from the kitchen floor. In the before section we can see a good sampling of bacteria, and in the after section is about half a dozen of bacterial colonies. So the Sal Suds does a pretty good job at removing the bacteria from my kitchen floor. Let's look at sample 2 from the kitchen floor. In the before section, there's not quite as much bacteria as was in the other sample, but that's okay. We can still see some bacteria there. And in the after section, there were just 2 really tiny bacterial colonies. So the Sal Suds did a great job of removing the bacteria from my kitchen floor. Let's look at sample 1 from my bathroom floor. So in the before section, we can see a few bacterial colonies there. Not a ton, but there are a few. There's probably about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bacterial colonies. And in the after section, we can see that huge, ginormous colony there. Now, I watched that. It grew from the after side and overlapped into the before side. So it wasn't in the before side. It originated in the after side. So in this case, I guess the Sal Suds does an okay job at removing the bacteria from the bathroom floor sample 1. It's most certainly not a good sample for the before section, but it is what it is. Let's look at the second sample from the bathroom floor. This is one of the reasons why I do more than one sample on the floors when I'm doing mopping tests, just in case one sample just doesn't have a lot. So in the before section, we can see more bacteria than the other sample, but we can definitely see bacteria there. And in the after section, there was no growth at all. So the Sal Suds did a great job at removing the bacteria from my bathroom floor sample number 2. So overall, I think Sal Suds did a fine job at removing bacteria from both my kitchen floor and my bathroom floor. Now, we do our best to be a shoeless home. I have indoor shoes that I wear in my house, so these are shoes that only get worn inside, and I switch when I go outside because I like the feeling of wearing shoes. My kids primarily almost always take off the shoes and wear socks, unless they're running in really quick to grab something. My husband, though, doesn't always take off his shoes. He definitely does not like, and he hasn't really gone onto my vibe of remove your shoes, and if you want to have a pair of indoor shoes, get a pair of indoor shoes. For him, it's too much of a pain when he's going in and out from the garage to the workshop to the house to the basement to the garage to the workshop to the house to the basement, and so he often will wear his outdoor shoes in the home. So I do expect to see bacteria and even fungus that can grow from being outside in the dirt. So I'm not surprised at the level of bacteria that we had on the floor. I'm also not the kind of person that feels that my floors have to be entirely bacteria free because I don't have any crawling babies anymore. I just have teenagers. If something falls on the floor, you know, teens follow the 5-second rule. It is what it is. And it doesn't bother me that there'll be some bacteria on the floor. But it's good to know that Sal Suds can remove the bacteria when it's there. So my Joy Moop mop that I used during this test, I put in 1.5 gallons of hot water. And so I used 1.5 teaspoons of the Sal Suds. And I'll say it got really, really sudsy. I was super surprised at how much suds 1.5 teaspoons could make in 1.5 gallons. It was really surprising to me. It's a little too sudsy for my tastes when I'm cleaning a floor because I could see like the suds on the floor and I was like, oh, thinking to myself, do I have to rinse this? I am not a fan of having to rinse a floor after mopping it because I don't feel like doing it twice. I'm not gonna lie, I don't like that. So I think if I'm gonna use this again on my floors, I might decrease the dilution just a little bit. Again, I'm not going to look for removal of a ton of bacteria. I just want something a little less soapy. As for the scent of this product, it is Siberian fir and spruce, and I absolutely love it. I love a pine scent. I live in the pine tree state. I absolutely love it. It isn't overpowering. It smells really nice. It doesn't linger at all, so it is an enjoyable scent while you're cleaning. I did purchase the 16-ounce concentrated bottle, and it says that if you just use it to mop alone, it would do 64 floors, which is incredible. Oh, I do want to point out that it did pick up a lot of dirt. Also, my floors are a bit dirty. It is what it is, and the water really got nice and dirty, so it did a great job at picking up the dirt as well. So overall, I'm very happy with using Sal Suds to mop my floor. I think I'll just decrease the dilution just a little bit if I'm going to use it again on my floors. And if you're interested in seeing how well it removes bacteria from my kitchen sink drain, bathroom sink, and toilet rim, check out the link for the video below where I do bacteria testing in those areas with the Sal Suds all-purpose spray. If there is a product that you would like me to test, do me a favor and put it in the comments section and I will add it to my viewer suggestion list. My viewer suggestion list is very long. I have well over 1,000 suggestions. But it's really great for me to see what my viewers want to see. And when I start to see a product like Sal Suds have 20 or so people asking for it, I kind of bump it up a bit, and I know that's one that a lot of viewers want to see, so I'll bump it up and I'll get it done. Or you can mail me something. My mailbox address is in the description below. Just do me a favor and send me an email. That's also in the description below so that I know it's from you and so that I know I should check my mailbox. I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care. Have yourselves a great day.